Good morning, you guys. Well, everyone has been affected by addiction, whether it be a loved one currently battling addiction or sadly a loved one who may have lost that battle. Our next guest can help. Greg Hannley and Daniel Baldwin with Soba Recovery are back, along with the lovely Miss USA 2006 and recovery advocate Tara Connor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Winter is here.
It's here.
Y'all have never landed in San Antonio and weren't sweating before, right?
It was chilly.
Guys,
I've been
this is
freezing here.
Malibu, LA, San Antonio. I live in upstate New York.
Oh, so this is like August for you.
We've had frost already. In upstate New York. Yeah,
So
it's
this is
freezing.
nice.
It's too soon.
This was a nice break. Well, I want to start by talking about some trending topics, if we can do that. Now, I have seen A Star is Born, which is the new film, starring Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Tara has seen it. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is because a lot of critics are coming out and saying that it really tackled addiction in a caring way.
Right.
And there was one article in particular, and I just want to read one of the things he had written. He said, here's what I loved about the movie. The relentlessly accurate portrayal of addiction, substance abuse, and depression, how those three things can merge into an unsafe lane of inner demons and reckless decision-making for even the most talented people on the planet.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't discriminate against anyone. We can all become addicts if we choose to use and have that gene that makes us different, you know? And I thought it was a great depiction. And, you know, even at the end, like my friend was like, shh, I'm not even going to say it because that's going to be a spoiler.
I know, I was like,
never
spoiler
mind. Never mind. It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful story, and it was just so sad because you find out throughout that this is something he had been struggling since he was a child.
Right.
He had a dad who was an alcoholic, and a mother
tried
who
to
had
hang
left
himself
him.
at like 12.
Yes.
12. I mean, but that is also an accurate depiction because kids try to find a way to cope these days, and
it was beautiful. And I know y'all are
We're
going to
like,
see
"Yeah,
it.
it was
when you get a
beautiful."
chance.
I tried, but they only had front row.
Yeah, you'll like this. Nobody wants to watch a movie looking straight
I watched
up.
it in the third row back.
It was beautiful. It really
Couldn't
was.
miss it.
Here's another thing that I thought was pretty exciting. A landmark opioid bill has passed. So the Senate has overwhelmingly passed a sweeping bill. It's now headed to the president for his signature. It's expected to help law enforcement stop the flow of illegal drugs at the border, including synthetic opioids and fentanyl. And just last year, nearly 30,000 people died because of addiction to these drugs in particular. Obviously, you've heard about this because it's what you're fighting for, and you have been, Greg. But how do you feel about this bill being passed?
You know, it's nice they're passing bills.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's nice they're getting up there,
It's
and
like
then they're
it's nice
getting
that
I don't know what
Yeah.
it's actually going to do.
Right.
You know, it's not like.
I want more details.
Yeah, it's not like they're making a. I don't know how they're going to stop it from coming in.
Well, I can tell you that that's the last line of defense. When I say that, okay, so there's a big dam and it's holding the water and it's got a big gaping hole in it. Big gaping hole. And the water's pouring down, and we're down here trying to figure out how to pump the water to stop the houses when there's a big gaping hole and the water keeps pouring
Right.
in. So this is great. This, not to knock what they're doing,
Right.
but 95% of the people that get hooked on opioids start with a pill.
Right.
So until you do exactly what this man has said for a decade to do, which is limit the prescription levels that you are allowed to put out, a national act. Forget about, you can only get them for a week. If you have a tooth pulled or you have a surgery or whatever, beyond a week, pain is there to tell you you're doing too much. You're supposed to feel pain. But when you lob 90 Vicodin at somebody, he's going to get or she's going to get roped on it. That's the bill we need to pass.
Yeah.
National.
So what can people do to help make that happen? Because sometimes you probably feel like you're the only one in the fight. You guys are,
there's
you know,
a lot
that's
of
gotta be a
people
struggle.
that are in the fight to
Yeah.
try to combat the opioid addiction,
Yeah.
but it's more than that. We've been doing this for years, just for alcohol and whatever other drug is out there. I mean, the fact is that drugs and alcohol are always going to be here. So I would like to see a law passed where insurance companies have to pay for treatment or more than
Absolutely.
just like a 7-day detox, and we need prevention for our kids because they're starting at 11. So why don't we have a nationally funded government program that is in place for kids taking, you know, for prevention?
Right.
Because they don't know that they're like
Of
playing
course
Russian
not.
roulette.
So I'm working with a Dr. Blaine, that does foot surgeries. And if you're And so they prescribe opiates, and then they get these letters when they're prescribing opiates saying don't prescribe opiates. So there's things that are going on to prevent it, but they don't give any advice on what to do.
Right.
So the nice thing is that working with Dr. Blaine, who owns Blaine Laboratories, and he's part of a company called Tibia, and they've made a non-addictive pain reliever that it's a sublingual tablet.
Okay.
It's called Tibia, and he's using that in addition to the opiates, and he's giving way less opiates. People aren't getting addicted, and actually a lot of people are canceling surgeries that he has.
Really?
Yeah, it works. So I was using it, and I've had a broken neck, and I've had, football injuries, and I was in pain all the time, and I'm completely pain-free
That
now.
had to have changed your life.
Completely. I was standing on the front porch going, man, I had a really good month, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and then I realized I'm pain-free. And it's going to be a big deal.
That's great.
And that is a tremendously viable option for those people as they come into this pain situation. The problem I have is, what do we do with all of the people that are already addicted who aren't really taking them for pain anymore? They don't realize they're not taking them. They're taking them because they're dependent on them. How do we break this? They can fine you for burning your leaves and make it against the law in a barrel in your yard on a farm, but they can't go, oh gosh, those 68,000 people that died this year from opioid overdoses, maybe we should do something about it. So Greg has the answer with this product for those who are walking in or those who legitimately want to relieve pain. But we got a bunch of people already roped on this stuff.
Yeah,
they're
we gotta help
addicted
them.
right now.
Right.
Well, we're going to talk more about that after the break. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll have more with Soba after we come back.
People think courage is simply walking through fear. Courage is not running from yourself. I believed getting sober meant I would lose my edge. Turns out, I was wrong. I only surrendered the things that were holding me back. But all those fears I've faced over the years pale in comparison to the courage it took me to get sober. When you think your world is falling apart, it's actually coming together. I have found my freedom and will do anything to protect it. And so can you.
And we are back with Greg Hannley and Daniel Baldwin with Soba Recovery, along with the beautiful Tara Connor. And we were just talking about opioid abuse and the horrible situation that we are finding ourselves in this country. And you were talking about something that's going to be a game changer, something that you and a wonderful doctor have come up with, and it's called Detox. And I believe Alex, our Barker's Beauty, is going to walk it in here. And
Walking it in.
thank you. Okay, what's going on here, Greg?
Can I-
This is
can I
really
hold that for you?
exciting
Hang
because,
on.
yeah, well, you know what? You're better at it, Daniel. You do that. You
Wait,
got to
you
do the
gotta get
hands,
the light.
though.
Yeah.
Wait,
You got to
the
do the
light.
hands. There you go. Tell us more, Greg.
So Opitox is it's a home detox kit, and it's got daytime tablets that you put them under your tongue,
Okay.
and they'll just help you have a soft landing. So it has daytime, nighttime. You can open it.
Yeah.
When would
And,
someone need this? When would they use it? At what point of their recovery or the addiction?
Kind of anytime.
Yeah, I'm
Anytime.
actually going to use it soon. I don't really have anything to detox off of except sugar. But, I mean, I think that it's good for someone who just needs to detox their system. But it's
Just
also,
get the junk out.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also a really soft landing for someone who's trying to detox off of substances as well.
Well, here's what I found for it. As somebody like Greg, I have 6 steel plates and 12 metal screws in my neck. I've had my lower back operated on, years of playing football and sports. And so you take a sublingual daytime tablet and you let it dissolve under your tongue. and it relieves the pain. At nighttime.
And quickly, if it's dissolving, right? Dissolvable.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Doesn't go
it
through your stomach.
Right, you don't have to wait. It's a quick release in your system. Then there's a nighttime, which is a different formulation, some of the same properties, but it allows you to be a little calmer and helps you with your sleep. For me, it's helped me with my sleep. This is for injuries, the game changer. You don't have to take the pills and the prescriptions. You take this and you rub it. So in my lower back, when I'm on the floor lying with the dogs because my back is so bad, and I just give this to Robin and she rubs a little bit in my back, gets it in there. You don't have to massage it, just rub it. And the relief is almost immediate. I mean, it's crazy how good this is.
Incredible.
It's good for migraines
What
too,
an
right?
alternative.
I had a kind of a movie star on my boat that
Thank you.
she was
Talking about Daniel again.
No, so she was doing this movie and having a dance, and her knees were swollen up and killing her. And I said, "Here, try some of this." And I put it on her knees.
I'll
and
bet you did. He's like, let me get that.
Let me
for you.
just
No,
help you. Let me just get that
Oh
Point
my
like
God,
that.
that looks like a
But
great
the swelling went down.
Oh my gosh!
Swelling went down. It didn't hurt.
Sorry, Greg. But no, but it worked. She immediately felt better. You're saying on her knees. Yeah.
Immediately. And one of my partners, Hasim Rahman, is a heavyweight world champion, and it was taking him 15 minutes to get out of the car because his knee was so bad.
bless.
He started using this, and the other day he sparred 10 rounds, and he's gonna make a comeback.
Wow.
How
Yeah,
can
at
people get
45.
it? Or is it available? Because I know everyone's saying, okay,
Opitox.shop.
you go online to
Yeah.
the website,
Opitox.
order it,
.shop.
get it sent today. Opitox.shop.
Say it 3 times. Opitox.shop.
What she said.
Opitox.shop.
And now we have rappers.
Done.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I do. I got my
That's
Yeezys
amazing,
on.
Greg. That is really amazing. How long did that take to create and to come up
5
with?
years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a labor of love.
And there's some things like the nighttime has valerian root and
Yeah.
magnesium, and just there's nothing in it that it's all natural, non-addictive. There's nothing that can harm. in
So
it.
anyone with any kind of pain.
Yeah.
Well, also it's hard too for addicts who when we're having trouble sleeping, which a lot of us do because we have insomnia, there's anxiety, sometimes depression, your mind can go a million miles a minute. But taking something that's narcotic or taking something that can be addictive, it's a really slippery slope. So something that's all natural that doesn't affect you from the neck up it's a godsend because
I like that. Doesn't affect
When a
you
lot
from
of
the
people
neck
are at
up.
home, they can't say anything. They can't get. They don't have a lot of options, and they have things that are going on in their life that they can't even talk about, and this can help with that.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is there's been a lot of light that has been shined on this problem that we're having now with opiates and painkillers.
Thank goodness.
And so when you're somebody like me who, for me, it was cocaine and alcohol, I never had this problem before. Although I was a candidate to have it because of injuries and stuff, there has not been my paranoia of taking a pill, even by the prescription and being careful, because I've seen how many people get addicted. There wasn't a healthy, viable alternative for that problem. There's now a healthy, viable alternative.
amazing.
Something that's non-narcotic, non-addictive,
That works.
and literally works.
I think the secret is that it works.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It can be
Incredible.
scary when you're in pain and you're an addict because I was addicted to opiates and that I'm a heroin addict, so I can't have something go wrong and take something that's extra strength.
Yeah.
And if I need something a little harder than Tylenol, then
You need something in between Tylenol and Vicodin.
I was going to say, this is the
not,
middle.
and
This
not
is the middle.
Tylenol
It's even better
3
than
that has
Tylenol.
codeine in it.
Yeah.
Not that one. Someone between Tylenol 3 and Tylenol.
There you go. The one you can get at the drugstore.
Yes.
I don't think
over the
it's
counter.
between. I don't think it's between. I
It's
think
not even Tylenol,
I
it's
think
better
it's
than
just as
Tylenol.
effective as taking the opiate without
Yeah.
all the problems.
Yeah, for sure.
Even better.
Wrap it up.
Okay, guys, we've got viewer questions. We're going to answer those, or you're going to answer them after the break. We'll be right back.
You're on fire, huh? I like it. Sometimes we do things for the thrill. Sometimes we do things for survival. There have been different points in my life where I didn't know if I would survive. Seek humility, or it will find you. I have faced many fears, confronted many challenges. Having the courage to overcome the beast of addiction is by far the biggest victory of my life. True victory is victory over oneself.
Good morning, everyone. Back with Greg Hannley and Daniel Baldwin with Sober Recovery, along with Miss USA 2006 and recovery advocate Tara Connor. We were just talking about something incredible that you and a doctor have created. It's called Opitox, and it's a home detox kit. So we talked all about the benefits of that, but you have so many other things that you're working on, Greg, things that I feel like we've needed for a really long time.
Well, along with this, there's a scar kit that, and I have a lot of addicts especially that come in and they have
Track
scars
marks.
from things that they've been doing, and the scar kit will take them away. It'll actually work on any kind of scars, but it's especially for
That's why
my people. Then they can get rid of the scars, and maybe it'll help them, help them feel better.
Of course. And I love the needle thing.
Yeah, Blaine Labs has a this thing that you put on. It's just a little thing, and it does a sound vibration, and you can't feel a shot.
So for kids, do you know how many kids that hate to get shots? I mean, anyone, a lot of people
What
just
about
hate
to
them.
get
But
your blood drawn?
oh, and then there's that. A lot
Because
of
I
people won't
passed
do
out.
it.
I
I
hit
don't
the
know
floor.
about that, but I know with shots you can't feel it at all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
So
all of
many
this
things.
on the horizon.
Yeah, and Paul and Olivia, they've allowed me to do this within their company. I met them from something else, and they had this deal going with these really smart people, and
I love really smart people.
and I got to be involved with them, and they've let me do this, so
That's
it's like a
amazing.
dream come true.
I can't wait till you can actually bring all of this and we can actually tell people where to go and get it.
Yeah, next month.
You should
Oh,
try it
yeah,
as well.
Oh,
This
I
is
know.
the
should
first.
absolutely
This
do
is
it.
the very
Too.
first box. I just got it yesterday.
It is.
I couldn't believe it was
to
my
me.
hand.
You need
and
to
then
frame
I
it.
was like, "Oh, thanks, boss man," and he was like, "No,
No,
it's
no,
for
no.
the show."
Yeah, you can't
That's
have
like
it.
the first dollar you make. I mean, that's big. You got to keep that.
Yeah, I
Okay,
gotta keep it
let's do a
good.
couple of viewer questions because we got so many. We'll see how many we can get through here before the break. First question off of Facebook says, "What if my insurance doesn't cover it?" Obviously, Maria is talking about treatment and going to treatment.
Well, we try to figure out other alternatives. So some people pay money, and if they are not able to afford it, there's actually a company that does treatment financing, and or we find other alternatives for them to be able to come in.
So they do financing for treatment.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's amazing.
That's new.
Even
that's
if
not
they-
always been
No,
the
it's
case.
been around
They've been doing
actually
it
for
a
a
while.
while. Yeah, for
Well,
a while.
that's the biggest question that I get is I don't have insurance. How can I get treatment?
Mm-hmm.
And I only know of a handful of government-funded free treatment facilities that are good, right? So
That are good.
They're good, but they don't have beds until they have a
Yeah.
waiting list. I couldn't get
Mm-hmm.
my cousin in. So it's good to know that there are options, and you can call Soba and we can walk you
Mm-hmm.
through that.
Yeah. Any questions you have, 24 hours a day, they'll be there to help. Next question says, "What makes your treatment at Soba unique?" And that's from Joe.
Well, it's long term, and it's JACO accredited, so it's the highest level of mental health care that there is. So getting people think that drugs and alcohol are the problem, but there's always underlying issues.
Much deeper.
Usually it's anxiety and depression at the root, and some people are too anxious even to make a call into a treatment center. So that's why we have it set up so you could text. But the long-term treatment is proven that the longer that you're engaged with treatment and therapy that is continuous with the same people, the better odds that you have of maintaining your recovery.
Yeah.
And it works.
It's not just detox and send you home.
Well,
Right.
I would say that is half of the equation when you go to
Right.
Soba. I, as a ninja expert of going to rehab, went 8 times before I met Greg and Soba. And I went to the most expensive, best places supposedly you could go. And I will tell you that the girl who had multiple rapes in her life got the same exact treatment I did. Now, I don't know what went on in her therapeutic sessions, but her treatment was basically the same. So there's an umbrella of accepted things that you do for addicts that you should do, but it is not one size fits all. I had a set of unique problems that at Greg's place, we're talking about trauma certified clinicians, and they meet multiple times a week and review. Hey, by the way, Daniel mentioned ... in group yesterday. Oh, that's funny. And the psychiatrist turns around, or the therapist says, he mentioned that to me too. Let's move him this way and have him start reading this book and have him do this assignment. And what's expected, because this could be part of the root. That doesn't happen in most places.
Right.
That
Well,
type of-
there's things I'm not going to tell you in 30 days.
Right.
It might
More
take
time.
a few months to get to know you, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to let you know what you need to do today, what you can do today if you are in the middle of a crisis or someone you love is in trouble. We've got all those details after the break. Welcome back, everyone. If you are in trouble or someone you love is in trouble, you think they may have a problem, you can always call Soba Recovery. Alex is here. What can people do today?
We say it starts with the phone call, but now it starts with the text. We seem to get more texts than phone calls, but the number has been on the screen the whole time. You know, you can give us a call and schedule a tour and come on out and see what we can do.
And there will always be someone there to answer.
Always somebody answering
respond.
24/7. Yep,
You
absolutely.
guys are the best. Thank y'all so much for being here. It's always good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time.
Next time.
Sometimes we do things for the thrill. Sometimes we do things for survival. There have been different points in my life where I didn't know if I would survive. Seek humility, or it will find you. I have faced many fears, confronted many challenges. Having the courage to overcome the beast of addiction is by far the biggest victory of my life. True victory is victory over oneself.